Welcome back. I'm Jake Sivan. 50 years ago, in 1962, Oregon State quarterback Terry Baker became the only player from a Northwest team to win college football's highest individual honor. Our own Steven Nelson sat down with the Beaver legend on the Golden Jubilee anniversary of his Heisman winning season.
The offseason going into 1962, did you know that the season that was going to happen was going to happen?
It was just going to be another year. I thought it would be not much different than my junior year, to be quite honest with you. It never crossed my mind once that I might win the Heisman Trophy. It never occurred to me that I was even in the running for it.
Coaches, teammates never brought it up after you would have a big game.
It's not like you're pitching a no-hitter and you don't want to mention it to somebody. I don't think it was on anybody's radar screen. So it totally snuck up on me. I was called out of class to go over to the athletic director's office because there was a phone call that I had to answer. They announced to me that I'd won the Heisman Trophy. I told them thank you, and I went back to class. That was the way it was.
He looks like an astronaut or a jet age specialist, but it's Terry Baker.
Now, this season being the 50th anniversary of your historic Heisman season, how proud are you watching this Oregon State team have the success that they're having?
It's been a great year. It could have been a lot better year. It wouldn't have been far-fetched for this Civil War game to be a match between two undefeated teams. I feel Oregon State should have beat Stanford, and I'm sure Oregon thinks they should have beat Stanford. So we did lose to Washington up there, and it was just a poor game.
Now, if you look at the 62 team to the 2012, there are some interesting parallels. You know, maybe not exact similarities, but some similarities. This year's team won their first 6 games. Your team won their last 6 games. And a big loss that people look back at for different reasons was the game against Washington.
No question about it, and I do remember that game against Washington still to this day. And we should have won it.
The Civil War, your experience playing in it and now as an alum, what does it mean to you?
You know, it's the school that I went to. I'd like to see them win. If they win after the game, you feel great. You feel great the next day going to work. You tell people, you talk about it and everything. If they lost, it affects you. You're grumpy the next day. You don't feel good. You don't want to talk about it. It's a deal. It doesn't ruin my life or anything if they lose, but I certainly would like to see them win. And I expect it to be a close game. And I'm not saying Oregon State's going to win it for sure, but I think they certainly have a good chance of winning it.
You're going to go back to New York for the Heisman presentation. When you see that trophy, or when you see your portrait at the Heisman Trust, when you look at things that remind you of that accomplishment, what do you see?
Well, I see a guy that's 50 years younger than I am today. You know, I don't think I'll be back there for the next 50th one, so I'll better take advantage of this one.